So, Dad, I want to tell you that so far my blocked count is up to about 8 of former and current 49ers. It started off with Colin Kaepernick. And this was before he was the greatest person of all time. This was back when he was trying to become a good quarterback. He spent an offseason with Kurt Warner. I said, that's not going to work. Kurt's not a coach. You should go to Jeff Garcia. He didn't like that. Blocked. 2013. Second, Navarro Bowman. He didn't like him. Blocked. Now I got Quan Alexander. Who else do I got? I got Richard Sherman. Oh, I got a full list here. Trent Taylor, Nick Bosa. All have blocked me. And you know what? I love it. I think it's great.
Let me, you're going too fast.
Okay.
I want to do this in an orderly way. Remember, I was an English teacher.
Yeah.
Why do you think these people blocked you? Let's not generalize. Let's say Sherman. Why do you think Richard Sherman blocked you?
Fair. Okay. He hadn't blocked me till recently, and I don't know for sure, but he blocked me, must have been the last month or two. So I went back and looked at my tweets that mentioned him, and there was one about a month and a half ago saying that Jason Verrett's better than him. That might have done it. What happens is I'll tweet something, and a lot of times people like my tweet. So it'll get 200, 300 likes, and then maybe sometime the player sees it himself, and he says, screw this guy. I don't want to see his tweets anymore. So he blocked me. So I'm thinking it might have been the Jason Verrett one.
Hey, listen, another way it works is they don't see your tweets. But someone will say, did you see what Grant Cohn tweeted? That used to happen to me all the time. Real quick, there weren't tweets when I started, but someone will come over to me and you say, I didn't really like what you wrote about me. Yeah. And I'd say, what part didn't you like? And you say, I didn't read it, but my friend told me about it. Iggy, I got to tell you, that happens to every sports writer. And it happened to me a lot. And I always laughed, and I would always say, listen, when you read it and you actually know what you're talking about, I'm open to talking, but there's no sense I'm going on with this.
Yeah. Didn't one say that the cleaning lady read it? The cleaning lady?
That was poor Joe Morgan who just died. Yeah, he said he was angry at me because of what I wrote. And Joe, rest in peace. Joe. And I said, Joe, I don't remember writing about you. It really in a long time. Please tell me what I wrote and we could talk it out. And he goes, I don't know, but my cleaning lady wrote it and said I should never talk to you again. I wrote a column saying that was one of the best put downs I ever had. And he should pay the cleaning lady extra because not only was she a cleaning lady, she was a literary editor.
That's right.
So that did happen.
Let me explain why I'm so proud of being blocked by certain players. Yes. I don't go on Twitter and try to start fights with them, take personal shots. I critique their game. I critique Trent Taylor. I said he's no good. They should play Richie James. He blocks me. So to me, it feels like I am on point. I hit the mark. I hit him where it hurts, and he couldn't face the truth. And it's more a reflection of his insecurity and sensitivity than my lack of professionalism. I mean, Nick Bosa blocked me on Twitter before the Niners drafted him. All I did was and you probably remember it. I put out a video of his strengths as a prospect and a video of his weaknesses as a prospect. So there was some praise and some criticism. He couldn't take that. That was too much. He blocked me. So I was like, okay, well, good. I'm glad.
And, you know, it really is revealing about them.
Yes, it is.
And if they were older and more mature, because remember, they're very young men, they would say, if I do this, it looks weak. I shouldn't. I should retweet it. Yes. To show it doesn't bother me at all. Steve Young would have retweeted it. If I criticized him, it changed nothing. Or with Bill Walsh, changed nothing. And they would make a point to come up and talk to me to show you don't get to me. And it's very weak. And I want to tell you something. When these people block you, now again, if you libeled them or wrote about their personal life, of course I could understand that. Just because as a professional, you have an opinion about their play. If they block you for that, you should be goddamn proud.
That's right. Because they chose to be professional athletes, and this is what comes with the paycheck. Criticism of the play. And the thing is, I've been really hard on Eric Armstead and Dante Pettis, who's no longer on the 49ers. Dante blocked me at one point, but then, you know, Dante's very smart, and he realized what you said. It's a weak move. I can't do this. Unblock me. And he would actually have fun with me sometimes on Twitter. If he had an issue, he'd talk to me in the locker room himself. I respect that. Eric Armstead has never said a word to me. He's tweeted at me, a few times that he doesn't like what I've said. He also hasn't blocked me. I respect that more than Trent Taylor. So,
Iggy, when did Trent Taylor block you?
Recently, because it just struck me that people were being too hard on Dante Pettis. That Trent Taylor was the real one who needed to be released, not Dante Pettis. That he was the worst player in the wide receiver room. I don't understand why he keeps getting playing time, and especially when Richie James Jr. is behind him and doing well. I've been making it like one of my causes on Twitter, and he doesn't want to hear it. Sorry, dude, play better.
And Iggy, he's a slot receiver.
Yes, who doesn't get open.
And you feel that he really does have is not contributing much to the team at all.
He was decent as a rookie in 2017. Then he had back surgery, missed a season. No, had back surgery, played awful in 2018, missed 2019 with foot surgery, and now he just doesn't have whatever he had in 2017 when he wasn't even that good back then. So yeah, he's done.
Okay, I have a little bit more to say on this.
Yeah.
First of all, when people ignored me, they were angry. They didn't, there's no tweeting, but they ignored me. I always felt, I don't need you, and you're going to come to me. And Iggy, almost always, they come to you.
Yeah.
The other thing, and this is really important, Iggy is only 32 years old. He will be 33 on January 13th. He's a young man. These guys are going to be long gone. These guys who block you, Trent Taylor, he may not be there next year. Is Sherman going to be there next year? Is he signed?
No.
I don't think they're going to keep him. No. So these guys are going to block you, and it's for another, 8 games or whatever. Who cares? They'll be gone, and there'll be another cast of characters. So it's really irrelevant to you. It's irrelevant.
And again, I judge these players for doing it. Like I look at Richard Sherman as an all-time great. And I also look at John Lynch as an all-time great. John Lynch played defensive back like Richard Sherman, and John Lynch would never block someone for criticizing his play. John Lynch understands that's part of the deal. And to get that sensitive and insecure makes me think differently about you.
Yes. Yeah, and clearly you can't say Richard Sherman is unintelligent. They're both Stanford guys, and from Lynch and Sherman, they're both, I don't know Sherman, but I did know Lynch, and he's very bright, and I assume Sherman is just a brilliant guy. So It's not a question of intelligence and not understanding. It's a question of maybe being a little emotionally immature.
Yes, and you look at a guy like George Kittles, who I've criticized him this year. His response is to always kill me with kindness. Hey, Grant, it's great to see you. It is so good to see you. And that disarms me. What am I going to do? It's a very mature way of handling it. I don't know if he likes me. He may not like me at all, but that's how he handles it. Maybe it's a very Midwest thing. Hey, Grant.
I also feel about Kittle, I think there are people who I call universal likers. And in fact, you're a universal liker. I'm not. Yeah. If you really knew Iggy, he likes to like people. He's California, I'm New York. Kittle is a universal liker. Yes. I think he likes you until you prove him wrong.
I think so.
And that's a nice quality.